Your voice of horror. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? It's a Wednesday night. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that we would have been here live on a Wednesday night? But I've got the time, and I figured that this would be fun to hang out with you guys for a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about some bad moments in horror movies, and so hopefully you guys are ready to come up with some of your favorite bad moments as well. And let's have some fun with this. Let's see who we have in the chat. Melissa's in the chat. What's going on, Melissa? Good to see you. Good to see you. Very, very cool. Denisha's in the chat, getting situated, putting out all the rules. Definitely make sure you hit the like button. Show some class. We love you guys. Jen's in the chat. What's going on? Saying I couldn't miss the stream. All right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Val's in the chat. What's going on, Val? Good to see you too. All right. Denisha said the ladies are ready. You guys, seriously, all you ladies, just a fantastic job, and you guys make this so much easier than it is. Seriously. All right. Well, Jen, I'm glad that this works out good for you this week, because usually, you're right, usually I'd be doing a Thursday morning stream, but my work schedule is a little bit different this week, and it just happened to work out this way. So I'm glad to be able to hang out with you guys tonight and just chill out a little bit and hopefully have some fun. And I'm glad you could be here. Seriously. What's up, Philip? Good to see you too. All right. Let's see who else we got in here. Polar's in the chat. What's up, Polar? Good to see you. Hopefully, like you were saying earlier, hopefully this will calm you and keep you in a good, positive state. That's what we can hope for. Sean, what's up? What's up? We were just doing horror trivia with Gore. Good to see you, man. And by the way, check out Sean. He's going to be doing his watch party in about an hour and doing Near Dark. And yeah, that's awesome. Awesome movie, man. Awesome movie. Nikki's back with us. What's going on? Saying Nikki, Matthew, and Brady here. We have two very easily. Okay, two picks that you would say are really bad horror movie moments. Okay, all right. Well, let me just say, first of all, last night we had a really fun time. We were talking about Halloween 4 versus Friday 13th 4. And Nikki, you were really kind to let us know that you had your two kids watching with you. They're not really kids now, but you know what I'm saying. And I wanted to give them a special shout out. So let's do this one for the kids, for all the youngsters that are watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This one is for y'all.
Miserable groan from the pain that she felt when I was born.
All right. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Seriously, we appreciate it. And hopefully you guys have fun tonight. We also have a new channel member coming in, JML, new channel member. Thank you so much. You get a chance to hang out with us so much in the live chat, always being supportive and leaving great comments. So JML, thank you so much for joining the channel membership. We really, really appreciate it. For any of you guys that also are interested in helping to support the channel, just hit the join button next to the subscribe button. JML, thank you so much. This helps to keep the lights on. To be quite honest, having that type of generosity is part of the reason I can actually stream tonight, instead of getting prepped for my regular job. So thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, it just makes a big difference. This one's for you. Thank you so much.
And he talked it differently from the first time he rubbed me.
Yeah?
He sounded like a...
All right. Thank you so much, JML. We really appreciate the support. It really makes a big difference. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And we got some other people jumping into the chat. I just want to say a blanket hello to everyone. I may not get to everybody, but definitely blanket hello and welcome to the chat. Hopefully, you guys are doing well tonight. We're just going to be chilling out, man. We're just going to be chilling out. Life is forever in the chat. What's up? Saying I'm here early. What up? Good to see you. Good to see you. New to the channel, new to the community. So, everyone, definitely give a good welcome. But good to see you tonight. Yeah. Jason in the chat. What's going on, Jason? Good to see you. All right. And Jason Dyer's in the chat. What's going on? We're talking Phantasm. Now, listen, here's the thing, Jason. If we were talking Phantasm tonight, I don't know, man. It may not be really good because we're talking about bad horror movie moments. So, and to be quite honest, just thinking of some, well, there is a couple I could think of. Nothing big. But yeah, man, I don't want to be tarnishing, Phantasm at all. Hope you're doing well, man. There's JML right there saying, hey, yo, what's up? What's up? Nikki saying we love it. I'm glad you guys are having fun. Families watching YouTube. That's awesome, man. It's really awesome. Dominic, what's going on? Good to see you too. All right. Mayanne, what's going on? Well, we got a lot of channel members in here. Thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out. JML saying, love the content, Night and Crew. Thank you. We try. We really, really do try. Doing YouTube is really, really challenging, but it's very rewarding. So we definitely try to do what we can do. We love talking movies, so that's always where it's got to start. Jason coming in quick. And by the way, you guys can let me know some of your, horror moments that you think are bad. Saying my bad horror moment was Halloween 4 when they killed off Rachel, waste of a great character. Yeah, you mean Halloween 5. And they killed her like in the first 5 seconds of the movie, man. It ticked me off too, man. It was, you're so right. That is a bad, bad decision. What's up, Extron? Good to see you, BTT. What's up? What's up? The Mr. T clip is everything to me. Thank you for the shout out. Much love. Much love to you too. Dominic. Yeah, we'll get to 30K at some point. We'll get there at some point. One can hope. But you guys are what make this happen. Seriously, you really, really are. All right, guys. So definitely let me know some of your bad moments in horror movies. I'm going to start giving you some of mine. Now, let me just start off by saying, and plus, if you send in as a super chat, it'll go to the front of the line because I probably won't get to everyone's comments. I'm going to try my best as usual. But super chats always go to the front of the line. And I just want to say that this is just one list. It does not include every horror movie out there. And what I really did to explain this is I was pulling from the major horror franchises, obviously being Elm Street, Scream, Halloween, and Friday. So I didn't include, like Jason was saying earlier, Phantasm. I didn't include Phantasm. I didn't include Chucky. I didn't include Hellraiser, although Hellraiser's got some bad moments. You guys know how I feel about Hellraiser as a franchise, not the first 2 movies, but as a franchise. Vito, what's up in the chat? Yeah, Mr. T did do a song like that. It's absolutely crazy, man. What's up, Nathan? Ava's in the chat. What's up? All right, guys, let's start this thing off. We are going to start with the number 10, and we're going to work our way down the list. And again, this is just one list. It's not the right list. It's just the one that I came up with. At number 10, we are going to be talking about what I call the Dead Warriors. Okay. Now listen, guys, if you have been on this channel for a while, and some of you are new, definitely check out our Nightmare on Elm Street series. We went through the whole franchise. We went through the whole Halloween franchise, Scream, Friday, Phantasm, Final Destination. Anyways, In Nightmare on Elm Street 4, they literally killed the Dream Warriors. And for me, as well as for my brother Killian and Coriander, and I know a lot of fans, Dream Warriors was a really, really good Nightmare on Elm Street movie. So when when I when I saw Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and they were literally killing off the Dream Warriors in like the first 10 minutes of the movie, killing off Kincaid, killing off Joey, and then of course Kristen, it's like, why are they killing them all off? And not only that, but they're killing them off at the beginning of the movie. It's like you could at least let them get halfway, right? So this was definitely one of those situations where I was like, I just didn't get it. There are a lot of fans that didn't get it. I don't know, man. I don't know because I think they had some great chemistry in Nightmare 3. You know, they really, really did. When they killed off Nancy, that was one thing at the end of 3. I think that was okay because she had an interesting character arc, and it was like she was passing the baton, right? She passed the baton to Kristen. So you're thinking, okay, Kristen, Joey, Kincaid, they're going to be in the next movie. They've got great chemistry, and they're going to battle Freddy. We're going to have a brand new story. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. It's literally, Kristen is passing the baton to Alice, but it's like in the first like third of the movie. It's I don't know, man. I think it was a rough decision. I do enjoy Nightmare 4, but I also think that that was the beginning of the downslide for the franchise, for me a little bit. So, anyways, that's my number 10, the Dead Warriors. Killing off the Dream Warriors in the first third of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master. It was absolutely crazy. Crazy, crazy. Jason saying bad horror moment was Cotton getting killed so early in Scream 3. Agreed. Agreed. I was not a fan of that. And by the way, and Jason, I think you probably saw the video, but if you didn't, I did a video, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, where I was talking about how Liev Schreiber actually had a hand in killing himself off in Scream 3, which is crazy. And now he regrets it, and he sees how these franchises, they can live on for generations. And I wish he didn't make that choice because I was really excited to see what he could do in Scream 3. It was a great opening for Scream 3. It was a good death, but I didn't want Cotton to get killed. I really, really didn't. Dominic saying, that's so wrong that you called them the Dead Warriors. Yeah, you know it, man. Polar saying, yes, they undid the amazingness of 3. They really did. They really, really did. I couldn't believe that they made that choice. Here's how. Let me just explain this. This is how I would have made that better. Number one, don't kill them off in the beginning of the movie, right? Let them be a part of this new cast, give them some moments and so forth. And then if you're going to kill them off, you've got to make it count. It's got to be worth it in the storyline. Now, granted, it's 3 of them, so at least 2 of the 3, it's got to be something that's important. In a way, Kristen, passed the baton to Alice and kind of saved her, so to speak. But I don't think it was an effective scene for her as a character. And there's no disrespect to Tuesday Night. I liked Tuesday Night. I think she did a pretty good job stepping in for Patricia Arquette. But anyways, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Jason saying, I have to agree with you. It made me so mad. I know. Extron saying Nightmare 4 isn't that memorable for me. I think for me it was memorable because at that time I was so big into horror movies as a little kid, and coming off of Dream Warriors, there were some serious high expectations. So that's why it's memorable for me. And of course, when I saw them getting killed off, I was like, what the hell's going on? Jen agreeing that Nightmare 3 was amazing. I agree. It's a great film. It still holds up today. It really does. BTT saying, yep, all that hard work in 3, poor Kincaid. Yes. Freddy's Resurrection in the Junkyard was badass. Yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, It's too bad that they made those choices. They really, really did. Um, let's see. Let me catch up to you guys here. Kay's in the chat saying rest in peace to Treat Williams. I had just heard that, and definitely R.I.P. Polar saying Nightmare 3 is my favorite. Was so disappointed with 4 because of all the great characters died. I know. It was rough. JML saying Alice's transformation from shy to badass was great, though. That was like the best part of 4. Like, they actually did a good job with Alice. And again, I just think it would have been cool if at least 2 of the 3 Dream Warriors were kind of, just more connected and had more weight in the story. I think they earned that because of how great they were in Dream Warriors. So, yeah. You guys, that's funny. And Dominic saying, how did Liv not know Scream would continue? Well, that's the thing, man. And again, check out my video if you get a chance, because I talked about how I think horror movies back then versus now, there's a lot more respect for horror movies now, as far as seeing them as something that can last, and seeing how actors and actresses that are in horror movies, their careers live long after, they stop doing movies, whether it's conventions or what have you. So I think back then, hey, look, I'll be honest, I'm sure none of them thought that, hey, we're going to be doing Scream movies, in the 2020s. So yeah, but it's too bad. David's in the chat. Killing Randy was pretty bad. That was a bad one. Yeah. What's up, Katie? Katie's in the chat. Good to see. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. And thank you, Katie. Reminding folks, definitely hit the thumbs up. It helps to support the channel. Yes. Thank you. Jason was saying, I loved Rob Dyer's character. Just wish he had a better fight scene with Jason. How he died was so scary. Friday 4, almost perfect movie. Great live stream yesterday. Thank you. We appreciate it, man. We had fun. We really, really did. And Jason, the nice one, thank you for welcoming in. Life is forever. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's move on. So at number 10, we had the Dead Warriors. So we're going to move on to the 9th bad moment in horror, just as far as I'm concerned. And again, this is just one list, guys. I literally could have done like a top 50 because I started writing these down. I'm like, oh my gosh. But I did want to just kind of hold these to the 4 franchises, the 4 main franchises, in my opinion, the 4 big legacy franchises. Okay, so this is a good one. At number 9, let me pull this up. Jason, you're too funny, man. All right, so at number 9, we've got Clown Freddy. Listen, and we talked about this ad nauseum when we were discussing the Elm Street franchise, and especially once we got to Dream Master, but really it was Dream Child. Freddy's dead, man. Look, there's some good moments in it. Robert's an icon. By the way, a happy late birthday to Robert Englund. But man, he was doing some dumbass shit in that movie, man. He really was. And even as a kid, I remember watching it and I'm like, why does Freddy have a power glove? What is going on? And, it's funny because for you guys that know the story, or for you guys that don't know the story, that humor that they injected specifically into Freddy's Dead was on purpose. They really wanted to take this really dark humor route and try to have this comedic edge to the movie. And even Robert Englund, he's talked about this in interviews, and also Never Sleep Again, which is a great Nightmare on Elm Street documentary. And he talked about how it was a decision that we probably shouldn't have made. And he understands why there was a lot of, a lot of negative fan reaction to it. And they had to course correct. After Freddy's Dead. They had to try to make Freddy, scary again, because man, in Freddy's Dead, it was just some ridiculous stuff. Seriously, man. Um, but yeah, it's I'm telling you, it's crazy. Some of this, once you saw Freddy on the broomstick doing his imitation of the Wicked Witch, I was just like, wait a minute. And that's right in the beginning of the movie, man. It's right in the beginning of the movie. So yeah, it's crazy, man. BTT saying, are we talking bad moments or sad moments? Well, we're talking bad moments, but some of them could be sad. Some of them could be sad. It's whatever you guys determine it to be. I've got my own list here, and we'll see what you guys think of it. Using them more for talking points, to be quite honest, because I think some of these are just interesting choices that these franchises have made. Katie, I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm glad you're doing okay. Keep getting some rest. Jose's in the chat. What's going on? What's going on? Good to see you. Katie saying, what in the heck is Clown Freddy? I just use that as a caption. The fact that Freddy Krueger was acting so silly in the movie is what I'm really talking about. It's overboard. The comedic tone is just overboard. That's not to say that there weren't some good things in it. There were, but the tone was just so wacky that overall it placed Freddy's Dead very low, not only on my ranking of the franchise, but also on Coriander's and Killian's. It's crazy, man. Extron saying Freddy's Dead is way too comedic. I agree. Nathan saying Freddy's Dead, Super Mario Freddy. I know, man. It was some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. The Virgo saying such a bad mistake for the franchise. Yeah. I think it was a really bad mistake, man. I really do, because in Dream Warriors, that's where Freddy started to have, more of the one-liners, more of the quips, and I think that was fine. 4 is where you could start to see the foundation getting shaken up. You know what I mean? Like even more one-liners, more this, more that. And then 5, it was just like, okay, we see where this is going. And then of course with Freddy's Dead, they just went way too far. It's funny too, though, because at the time, I think it was a sign of what was going on with Freddy's popularity, because I mean, Freddy was everywhere. Lunchboxes, toys, books, everything, commercials, sleeping pills. They literally had sleeping pills with Freddy on them. I think it was over in Germany. It was some crazy shit, man. Polar saying Freddy's Dead doesn't exist in my collection. Right. Right. Oh my god. Let me see. Let me catch up to you guys. Vito saying Super Freddy. I know. It's crazy. Jason, you talking about that moment we loved to talk about on the Freddy's Dead episode, the bed of nails being pushed out into the road by Freddy. Yeah, I know. Looney Tunes on Elm Street. That's what we called it. Yes. Yeah, the Wicked Witch. It was some crazy stuff, man. Wes in the chat. What's up? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Look who's Eric. What's up, bro? Eric's in the chat. Freddy became Bugs Bunny. Yes, he did. And you know how we feel about it, man. You know better than anyone. Oh my God. No doubt at all. Jen saying, I did like that they told the backstory with his daughter. Well, I think Lisa Zane, first of all, Lisa Zane is fantastic. And I really loved her character in the movie. I think it was interesting. I don't think we needed it, but they made that choice, and I think it, her character in it was good. There were some interesting things about it. But that's one thing about it too, Jen, is they told this backstory that was pretty dark. There were some really dark elements, but then you had scenes like this with the power glove, and it's just like it was just oof. It was just so unbalanced. Really, really was. Extron saying, yeah, 4 is when Freddy started becoming comedic. Yeah, that's where it started to fall apart. Yeah. Life is Forever saying, Jason's my absolute favorite. I'm a big fan of Friday Part 2. I love OG Sackhead. The one eye peeking out. That was the beginning of Mr. Voorhees killing career. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're huge Friday fans on this channel, no doubt about it. Um, that's right, Eric. He had his own 1-900 number. It was crazy. Oh my God, it was crazy. JT, what's up, JT? Saying had to stop in and hit the like button. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Seriously, we appreciate it. It helps out, and definitely helps to get the stream out to other people too. Let's see. I think I caught up to most of you guys. All right. So yeah, so at number 9, we've got Clown Freddy. Okay, let's move on. We got to go to our number 8 spot. And again, you guys keep letting me know what you would pick for a bad moment, or if you have multiple bad moments that you want to share with us. So we're going to go to our number 8 spot, and it is the Dewey disrespect. They disrespected my man. Look, guys, I've talked about this a lot, okay? And even before Scream 5 came out, I was praying and praying that the trailer did not give away Dewey's death. How do you give away the death of one of the leading characters in a movie? And they literally did it in the Scream 5 trailer. And it was so crazy because I went on record and said, this has to be a fake out. They would not give that away. Supporting characters, that's fine. But the OG3 is like, you do not do that. And it reminded me of like in Scream 4 when they showed that scene when Gail is getting attacked by Ghostface, and they made it look like she might be killed off. And I'm thinking, same thing. This has got to be a fake out. They would never, ever show that. Well, guess what, guys? Dewey got killed. Not only did he get killed, but he got killed in a stupid ass way. He really, really did. As soon as he turned away from the elevator, I was like, they're going to kill him. They're going to kill him. And I just could not believe, number one, that they did it. Okay, fine. Let's assume that we just deal with that. Okay, they're going to kill him. But don't kill him off like that. That was a stupid way to kill him. I would have rather had him sacrifice himself. And I talked about this on a bunch of live streams on this channel, also on the Lethal Collective, and probably a whole bunch of other channels when we talked about, Scream 5 predictions. It's like, if they were to kill him off, it's got to be a sacrifice, because David Arquette was amazing in Scream 5. I think he was amazing. It was cool seeing him, a little older, worn down and grizzled, and it was just cool. The scene in the hallway, the way he's walking down the hallway, like they did so many great things with it. But the way he died, and he was alone, and it was because his phone rang, and of course it's Gail. It's like, no, dude, no, don't do it like that. Seriously. Let me see what you guys think of that, because this was a crazy one, man. People in the theater, when we saw that, there were people going, no, don't kill Dewey. It was crazy, man. I mean, I guess in that sense, it was a good move because it got a huge reaction. It got a pop out of the theater, no doubt about that. Jason coming in, our super chat. All right, man. Our first super chat, $2 super chat, saying Jason goes to hell, coroner eating Jason's heart to become Jason. Yeah, man. Bro, because you've been with us for the Friday 13th series as we went through it. Jason Goes to Hell has so many moments, but that is definitely one of them. I totally agree. Holy crap. Oh man. That was a bad moment, man. It really, really was. Man, thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate it. It definitely helps to support the channel, helps keeps us going. And yeah, man, let's do this one for you. Here we go. There it is, man. Thanks for the super chat, man. We appreciate it. Seriously, it helps us out. Let's see. What else do we got going on in the chat? Jose saying, first time catching the live stream. Love horror all day, every day. Can't wait to hear what you got to say about Halloween. Hey, all I'm going to say is you just hold on because we got to touch about Halloween, man. But great to have you here. Seriously. Great to have you here. Hope you're enjoying yourself and having fun in the live chat with these great folks. Let's see. Just another horror fan in the chat saying 3 had the perfect mix of humor and horror. 4 was over the top, talking about Elm Street. Extra, Extra said, I knew this would be here. Bro, you knew we had to have it, man. You look, let me play some applause. You knew, you absolutely knew that we had to have this in here because I just think that it was just done in a very poor way. I really do, man. Polar shedding some tears. Absolutely. Nathan's going with Randy's death. All right. All right. The Virgo, right? Right? Jose saying, holy shit, I'm still recovering over his death and scream. I knew it was coming though. No way Amber did that. Yeah, man. I mean, that's the other thing too. I think that the fact that we got to suspend disbelief, right? And that's okay. But I mean, look, Dewey's not like a pushover. Like, if nothing else, if you're gonna kill him that way, make the scene a lot tougher for Ghostface, right? It just was like, boom, he got distracted for that split second, and boom, it's done. You know what I'm saying? It's too bad. I think he deserved better. Dewey deserved better, and that's why I'm calling this the Dewey disrespect at number 8. Darps in the chat, new here, and I agree to the Virgo. Okay, all right, welcome, glad to have you. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Polar making a great point here. It bothers me that he died alone. Yeah, that's the thing too, man. It's like everything about the death didn't work. It just didn't work for me. So, yeah, he definitely deserved better. Phillips agreeing with that. There's no doubt at all. No doubt. Jason saying Dewey was heartbreaking, but maybe it's good for the franchise to show anyone can die. I'll be pissed if they don't go back and show Stu killed him, Amber killing him. Come on, man. Yeah, I think that here's the thing, and I've talked about this too. With Scream, you do have that problem, or at least you did, where you had the OG3 surviving throughout up to 5 movies, right? So it's kind of like at some point someone's got to die, or either you've got to move those characters on. But I just think number one, it should have been done better, executed better, I should say. And I had said for the longest time before 5 came out, I thought that they were going to kill Gale, and I think Gale would have been the better character to be killed off. And that's not because I dislike Gale, because I actually love Gale's character throughout, the 5 movies. I really didn't like her character in 6 though, and that's a whole nother story. They really screwed around with her characterization in 6, and I really didn't like what they did with her character, although the Ghostface attack scene, which should have been a death, but the attack scene was really good. So it's interesting, man, and that's why with these franchises there's always something that you can look at and say, well, geez, that's a really weird decision that they made, So just another horror fan saying, I'm over the legacy characters. Kill them all and move on with the core 4. Okay, all right. Let's see. The Kobe's in the chat. What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Saying who actually believes the girl from Better Things could kill Dewey, honestly. Yeah, man. And look, if they're gonna do it, like I said, make the scene more believable. Let there be more of a struggle. Show Dewey doing some good stuff. Don't just like have him get killed like a punk. You know what I'm saying? Because they characterized him as a tougher, more grizzled person. So it's like, give him a better death. There was like 1,000 ways that they could have, made that better. Show Ghostface struggling to kill him. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved that. Let's see. Jen saying it was not Amber. You can't make me believe it was. Yes. Oh, man. All right. Jamie's in the chat. What's going on, Jamie? What's going on? Good to see you. Let's see. BTT saying, you better not be talking about my girl Melissa Barrera. She was great in Scream 6. Melissa was the MVP. Melissa was absolutely the MVP. And again, if you guys haven't seen, especially some of our Scream discussions or videos, check them out. Because especially for 6, I absolutely loved what they did with Sam's character. And I loved the fact that Melissa was able to shine and show what she can do. She was absolutely fantastic in 6. No doubt at all. No doubt at all. Loved her in 6. Let's see. That's right. He went toe to toe with Timothy Oliphant in Scream 2. Right. Yes. Absolutely. And Darb saying, thanks, guys. Love this horror is my life. I have lots of horror tats on both my arms. All right. Very, very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. So Dewey's Disrespect was at number 8. So we're going to be moving down the line. Again, you guys can continue to tell me some of your moments. I'll try to get to as many as I can. Let's see. So we're going to be moving to number 7, guys. Number 7. And I think that this is there's been mention of it. Okay, here we go. Listen, if you've been around this channel, and we just had our 2-year anniversary a couple weeks ago, which, by the way, it just seems like time flies. I can't believe we've been doing this for 2 years now. It's been so much fun, and the community, all of you guys, our friends, our family, our channel members, everybody has been just great. But you guys should know, if you've been around, you should know one of my most frustrating entries in a franchise that I absolutely love. So this is my number 7. Jason Goes to What the Fuck. Okay, listen, guys. And by the way, feel free to check out our Jason Goes to Hell episode. It was so much fun. We had our good friend Eric from Hey Internet Eric here, who loves this movie. He's a great friend, and I still love him, even though he loves this movie. I get so frustrated with this film because they made so many odd choices, and I get what they wanted to do. They wanted to do something different. They didn't want to do the same type of Friday movie. I get it, but they made some weird choices, man. Jason, the look of Jason, number 1, they wanted him to look mutated and all that stuff. Okay, but to me, it was just such a downgrade, especially to the way he looked before that, and especially in part 7. I think part 7 was so cool, showing him battle worn and showing his spine and stuff like that, man. But anyways, he's grunting, in this scene in the beginning. And of course, that's the other thing too, man. They killed him off in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Jason is dead, okay? And then they start going with the hidden plot line where he's body hopping. And it's just like, man, this is stuff that's so weird. He has a sister that we had never heard of in the previous 8 movies. There's a special dagger from space that can kill him. Like, what is going on? You got the Evil Dead book Necronomicon book in the movie. Like, what is going on with this movie? Were they just throwing stuff at the wall? Seriously. It was just one of those. I mean, it had great kills. It had some great kills, some great practical effects. Stephen Williams, you gotta love him. Duke is amazing. It was some good moments in it, but as a Friday the 13th film, I think they missed the mark really bad. And I'm gonna tell you what, guys, I saw this movie in the theater, and there were like 3 other people in that theater, and that should have told me all I needed to know right off the bat. So yeah, at number 7, Jason, and I'm literally talking about the whole movie. There's so much stuff if Jason Goes to Hell that just doesn't work as a Friday the 13th film. Now again, as a horror film, as a horror movie, it's got some interesting stuff. And having this body hopping thing going on with the special dagger, only thing that can really kill him. Look, no, okay, no. Nathan saying I rewatched Scream 6 with my little brother about 2 weeks ago. Still really enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy it too, man. I enjoy it too. They had some missteps too, man. We might be getting to them, but yeah, I enjoyed it too. The Kobe saying, I've recently subscribed and I'm really liking your breakdowns. I just watched Halloween Ends. Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We again, we just try to do some things that we enjoy talking about, and we're really big horror fans. We're really big movie fans, but our favorite genre is horror, and my favorite genre is horror. But yeah, glad you're enjoying it. And, again, welcome. Nathan at number Nathan saying at number 7, Jason turning into a little boy. All right. Thorns in the chat. What's going on? One of our newest members of the channel. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're having some fun with this. We really, really are. Let me catch up to some of you guys here. Extron saying, to be honest, I appreciate that they tried something different for the movie, but the execution for some of the things were weird. Facts. Yes. Darb saying, totally agree. I was pissed. However, this movie has some of the best looking kills. It did have some good kills. It really, really did. Yeah, no doubt. The opening setup scene was cool, man, because you thought, hey, we're in a Friday 13th movie. So that was cool. But as soon as he starts getting shot up, and you can literally hear the director, Adam Marcus, who was doing the voiceovers, you heard Jason grunting, like stupid grunting, like, like, for real, dude. It's like, come on, man. No. And look, Eric, Eric, you knew this was going to be on my list, bro. You knew it. Jason Worms for life. I know, man. I know. And shout out to Eric too, because Eric will definitely make you see the good in this film, and there is some good in this film. And you're right, the Duke, the best part of the film, no doubt. Best part. Gina's in the chat. What's going on, Gina? Good to see you. Let's see. Jen said John Wayne was in Jason Goes to Hell. Yes. Dominic said, my man, internet is on point with Jason Goes to Hell. Hell yes, Jason Goes to Hell for the win. Yes. Oh, man. Jason said Jason Goes to Hell had so many people walk out of the movie. Oh, man. Estee, let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome to the chat. New seeing you in this chat. Welcome. Saying Texas Chainsaw 2013, the Cuz scene. Yeah, that's right. That was a tough one too, man. I'll just let the cat out of the bag. If I had any TCM in here, that definitely would be on my list because that was just rough. That was rough. Let's see. Just another horror fan saying the beginning of Jason Goes to Hell was awesome. It should have been the end. Chasing of the FBI agent through the woods into the cabin and then into the ambush where it gets blown to pieces makes the better ending. Yeah, I think so too. That could have been better. Yeah. Yep. I think that could have been better. Like I said, they tried to do some different stuff, man. I just think they weren't hitting the mark. They just weren't. Let's see. Darb saying the grunting was trash, kind of how like Rob Zombie had Michael talk at the end of Halloween 2. Right? Yes. And it makes no sense, man. That's right. It makes no sense. None whatsoever. I agree, man. I agree. Again, it's great to try some different things. And it's tricky, for these filmmakers because you're trying to do fresh takes, but you also have to be true to what it is you're doing. And that's difficult. I won't deny that. Adam Marcus had a tough job. And yeah, Jason Goes to Hell, man. What can I say? Okay, we're moving to number 6. And you guys, you guys have been talking about a few that might be on this list. I had to put this on here, man. We did a video on it not too long ago. And look, it is what it is, man. So let's put this up. Number 6. Invincible Chad. I spelled that wrong, but Invincible Chad. How do you get stabbed that many times and survive? How? Bro got stabbed a dozen times. And if you guys haven't seen the video I did when, Radio Silence was talking about that they probably, lost credibility with this scene. But here's the worst part, man. Here's the worst part is that there were more stabs in it. They actually cut back on some of the stabs from what they said. I think it was Guy Busick who said it. And it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. You guys were actually going to stab him even more? I mean, listen, the fact that the core four, I think, had a better presence in Scream 6, that was a great thing. But I think for Chad and also for Mindy, I think they did them a little bit of a disservice as far as, look, man, Scream 6 had the most Ghostface killers of any film, right? We got the most Ghostface killers of any film. We also had the most survivors of all time in a horror movie. Like, everybody is surviving. Chad surviving, Mindy surviving, Gail surviving, Kirby surviving. No, Gail, yes. I'm sorry, Kirby, yes. We want Kirby to survive. But seriously, man, at least Chad and Gail should have died. They just should have. Chad got stabbed so many times, bro. And here's the thing, too, man. In Scream 5, he got stabbed a bunch of times. In Scream 5, I think he got stabbed like 7 or 8 times. And he survived that. I know they're trying to, have him as, kind of the new Dewey and all that type of stuff. And that's all right, whatever. But, bro, they should have. It was a great scene as it was happening, right? Because him and Jenna, they're having that relationship, that romance that's blossoming. And then, of course, he's trying to save her and Sam, by getting physical with Ghostface. And all of a sudden, boom, he gets stabbed. Then it's 2 of them on screen at the same time, and both of them, quote unquote, killing at the same time. Both of them doing the knife wipe. Everything was great. Everything was great until he survived. Right? It's like, come on, man. I mean, they were just stabbing. If he was going to survive, then they should have just stabbed him, whatever, twice, 3 times max. It's like, okay, we get it. But no, man, they stabbed him like a dozen times. So I had to put this on here. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Polar is saying Swiss cheese Chad. I love it. I love it. Oh, my God. The Kobe saying he won't die because radio silence loves him. Yeah. Jason saying I'm not touching this with a 50-foot pole. Yeah, man. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy. Let's see. BTT saying, I mean, hey, why can't a slasher grunt? Candyman was grunting when he split Bernadette open, and he's a damn ghost. It's a good point. But also, because Candyman is an amazing movie. So they set that up in the first movie, right? So that's fine. But listen, man, with Jason doing that, and he's literally a zombie. It's like in 6, 7, and 8, you never heard him grunting. And it was like, what? And what's even worse about it isn't just that he was grunting. It was like stupid grunting. Like, ooh. It's like, oh my God, man. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Jason coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much, man. Much appreciated. Saying Jason got blown up and came back. Michael, your turn. I don't see that happening, man. I don't see that happening at all. Because look, man, if they do that with Michael, and it's like, oh man, they make him supernatural. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out, man. They can't be doing that to my man. Look. And the way Jason came back too, man, it's like, what are you guys doing? Anyways, it is what it is, man. But hey, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, man. Much appreciated. This one's for you, man.
You're stupid. Never make fun of another person's hair. Hair. It isn't fair. People care about their hair.
There it is, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. We really appreciate it. Let's see. Darb saying this speaks for itself. It really does, man. It really, really does. Nathan at number 6 coming in with Halloween 6, the cult scenes trash. Yes. Chad's a straight up warrior. He is, man. He's a Terminator, bro. He is a Terminator. I'm telling you. David saying people have survived worse though, and look at that wound placement. No heart shot, both lungs weren't hit. No liver shot, both kidneys not hit. The wounds wouldn't be the issue in real life, bro. Come on, man. It would be blood loss. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would definitely be blood loss. It's like this guy has more scar tissue than anyone else in the universe. It is crazy. It is crazy. But I do enjoy Chad though, seriously. Nathan saying Chad's built different. Knight, stop hating. Right? Oh my god. And Darp coming in with a super sticker, $2 super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, especially being brand new to the channel and being so generous. Much appreciated. We really we really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. It really does. Here's one for you, one of our favorites, old school favorites.
Baby, can you dig your man? He's a righteous man.
There it is. Thank you so much. Let's see. The Kobe's coming in with a $5 super chat saying, is it me or would a Nicholas Winding Renf Nightmare movie be interesting with Paul Sparks as Freddy? It could be. It could be. Listen, here's the thing about Nightmare when it comes back, and I've talked about this recently too, because Robert has literally said he's not coming back. And I believe him. Like I honestly believe now we know for sure, because people have speculated, we've hoped and prayed that maybe he could come back one more time, but he's literally said no, it's not going to happen. I think, and he's talked about some ideas too. He's talked about rebooting off of Dream Warriors, and he's also talked about, you know, having some type of ties to Nightmare 2 because it was just so odd and weird. You know, I think some of that could work. But no matter what they do, they have to get the tone right. They obviously have to get the right replacement. That's probably the most important thing. But they also got to get the right tone. A problem that I had with the remake in 2010 was it just seemed like it didn't have that charm, right? That Nightmare on Elm Street charm. And I don't mean comedy, but like they literally made Freddy a child molester. It was super dark. They had that plot line where it was they're making you think that he actually was innocent, but he wasn't. And it was just some weird choices in the remake. So the movie now, when it comes back, and it will, when it comes out now, they have got to get the tone right. I personally think getting someone, and they probably won't do this, but you know, maybe a young up and coming director, but someone who has the aesthetic of someone like a James Wan or a Mike Flanagan. I think that would be really cool, because you got to make this thing scary again, but you also got to have the atmosphere, the creepiness, just like Wes Craven did in the original. I think that's the way that they should go. I really do. But anyways, Kobe, thank you so much for the super chat. Seriously, it really helps out, and we appreciate it. We appreciate all the support. But yeah, let's do this one for you. Here we go.
What? Ooh, what? I'm pro. What?
There it is. There it is. Okay, guys. So let me catch up to you guys in the chat a little bit. So we've got Invincible Chad at number 6, and we're gonna get ready to go to our number 5. Wow, man, this list is going okay, man. It's going okay, and you guys are coming up with some really good ones as well. There's so many things that we could choose from. What does that say? You know, what does that really say? Let's see. The BTT saying, hey, I'm all for seeing Michael Myers reconstruct himself from the car crusher. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Jen saying they kept everyone alive to make up for Dewey. You know, Jen, that's a great point too, man. I was thinking to myself, you know, is that just because of the fact that they made the choice of killing Dewey and people, you know, kind of were upset about it? I mean, seriously, it's crazy. It's crazy. I just think you got to own your decisions. They made that decision to kill Dewey. So it's like just own it and just keep moving. You can't like everyone can't survive, man. You had the core four survive plus Gale plus Kirby. It's like what's going on, man? You know? Someone's got to die in the next one. They just have to. Good point though, Jen. Dominic saying Chad isn't your average Joe. He definitely ain't. There's no doubt, man. Let's see. David saying, fun fact, while in the military, Bear Grylls survived the jump from a plane with a chute that never opened. Wow. Holy moly. Yeah, and Extron, yeah, there's definitely been people that have survived worse in real life, no doubt. I mean, people have survived horrible things, being struck directly by lightning and all that type of stuff. But yeah, it's just crazy in this movie because what they've shown is in the franchise that people can die from a single stab, you know? So it's like, how is he going to survive 12? It just didn't make sense as far as consistency. You know what I mean? Let's see. Jamie's got number 6, Troll 2. The whole thing is a hilarious disaster. It is, Jamie. That is so true. So true. Good pick. Sean Byrne would be a great choice. He directed The Loved Ones and The Devil's Candy. The Devil's Candy is fantastic. I actually love that idea. That's a good idea. I like that, man. Very good idea. I just hope that they get a good team, you know, for Elm Street. I really do. Meaning who we're going to have play Freddy, who we're going to have as the director, what is the direction that we're going to have with the atmosphere and the tone. I just hope it's good, man. I hope they take it seriously because it's time for Elm Street to come back, you know? And you're welcome, the Kobe. Thank you. Seriously. Nathan at number 5 saying Resurrection, the whole movie. Yes. And look who's here, man. My brother himself, Steven from Craven Something Scary. What's going on, man? I hope you're doing well. And it's good to see you here. No doubt. Oh, bro, you were gonna jump on? Wow, man. Well, look, hold on. Let me get you set up. I didn't know if you were gonna be able to make it, man. Let's get you. This is gonna be fun. Let's get you in here, bro. Let's get you in here. We're having fun with this. This has been absolutely crazy. All right. I sent it. It is right there, bro. Whenever you are ready, you know you're always more than welcome to be on the panel, man. Now we're gonna get crazy, man. We're gonna get crazy. Hopefully you guys are ready. Dominic saying, I only believe a character died in Scream if they're shot in the head. Yeah. But if they get stabbed over a dozen times, man, come on, something's gotta give. You know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But what are you gonna do? Let's see. Let me catch up to you guys. And Jason saying at number 6, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Mommy, please throw a penny at it and make it stop. I haven't even seen it because I've heard so many bad things about it, especially on the collective with Fate and Jake talking about it. And oh my god, man! And the thing that's messed up is Jeepers Creepers has so much potential as a franchise, and the Creeper as an icon, as a villain. You know what I mean? And they've just totally like screwed the pooch. They really have. Let's see. Poland said Reborn is bad. Yes. The Virgo said Jeepers should be number 1. You know what? It could be. It really could be. Now, but again, and I said this earlier, just so that people would know, this is definitely not a full list. This is just 10 that I picked from the 4 legacy franchises, because there could have been ones from Jeepers Creepers, from Hellraiser, from TCM, and so forth. But I was only picking from Scream, Halloween, Friday, and Nightmare. So, all right. Jason coming in with a super chat. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Saying Scream TV should have bounced off of Stu's face. We all know you can't kill Stu, and his face is filled with determination. Stu, Stu lives, baby. Yeah, man. Look, let me just say, eh, he's got to come back. He's got to come back, right? There's no doubt about it. Bro, thank you so much for the super chat, man. You're making this fun. You always come up with good little quotes and stuff like that, man. So let's let's do this one for you. Let's get a little risky with it. There it is, man. There it is. Thank you so much. Seriously though, Jason. But I do agree with you, man. Stu's got to come back, right? Just got to. Let's see. Life is Forever. This is a good point, man. I wish they could get Johnny Depp on board to play Freddy. I know he'd do the character some serious justice. Johnny Depp is definitely more than capable of doing a great rendition of Freddy. I don't think that's going to happen, though. But I will say, I give Johnny Depp a lot of credit, man, because he always gave Wes Craven credit for giving him a career. He never shied away from the fact that he was in Nightmare and had his small supporting part. So credit to Johnny Depp, man. Don't forget where you start. Polar saying, didn't even think about TCM. Where to begin? Yeah, right. Yes. No doubt about that. Let's see. Dominic saying Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix wasn't bad. It was a good slasher. Leatherface was killing fools. Yeah, man. Look, it wasn't as bad as I was afraid it was going to be. No doubt about that. Because with all the behind the scenes stuff, it could have been a literal train wreck. So I got to give them credit for at least making a movie that wasn't too bad. There were some good kills in it, some good moments, Let's see. Yeah, he is dealing with the real life nightmare, isn't he? The Kobe saying Benicio del Toro would be an awesome Freddy. I love Benicio del Toro, man. Seriously. Yeah, he could do it too. It's a lot of people that could do it, but it's a question of what the game plan is, and I want them to have a good game plan. Are we coming back with one movie to test the waters, or are we coming back with an idea to do a trilogy? If they get the right people involved, they got to try to do a trilogy, because people are waiting. They're like hoping and praying for Elm Street to make a return. So I think as long as they have the right people in front of and behind the camera, I think it's going to be money. It's going to be money. They got to strike soon, man, because slashers are back, man. Slashers are back. Tori's in the chat. What's going on, Tori? Good to see you. And again, to remind you guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. We have a lot of people that have been jumping in here. That's great. Thank you so much. And Val or Jen or Polar, if you guys can keep track of likes and let us know how that's going. Okay, so let's get ready to move on. We've got to go to our number 5 moment. And yeah, this is going to be interesting, guys. Now we're getting into something that I think was mentioned not too long ago here. But listen, again, these are just moments, man. These are just moments. Here we are. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Listen. Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, or I should say Jason Takes Vancouver, had a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on. They did not have the budget they thought they were going to have, and instead of shooting 75% of it in New York and 25% on the boat, they literally had 75% on the boat and 25% in New York, and 2/3 of that 25% was Vancouver. Listen, man, and that's all good, right? The MPAA totally messed up this movie, cutting back on the kills, and that was just crazy. But what's even worse is the decision that they made at the end of the movie, where Jason literally turns into a boy. The toxic waste turns Jason into... Listen, guys, I'm telling you, when I saw this movie, when I was a kid and I saw this movie, and and again, I'm a huge horror fan, and at that time, I was just, getting more and more and more and more into horror. It was everything to me. So when I saw this movie, and I really enjoyed Seven, and I was and I still am a huge Friday 13th fan. So I was just like, man, he's coming to New York. This is going to be badass. This is going to be amazing. And, the kills were stunted and they're on the boat for like, an hour and 10 minutes. It's like, when are we going to get to New York? And how does Crystal Lake lead into New York? So, anyways, there's a lot of things going on. But at the end of the movie, I'm just like, what? I was like, what's going on? How did this happen? So I had to have this on the list, man. It's just one of those things that was just like, I have no idea what is going on. And I don't know if I do want to know what's going on. I mean, seriously. Oh man. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think of A Jason Takes Manhattan. It was a crazy ending. Oh my god. But we got a knock at the door. And let's see who we got coming in. Looks like it's our good friend Steven from Craving Something Scary. What's up, man?
Hey, man. How are you?
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Looks like right for prime time here.
Yeah, man. It's like we were going through some of just some bad moments in these these legacy franchises, and man, it's been some good ones, but the live chat has been on fire, man, because they're talking about some really good, or I should say bad moments, and it's funny as hell. It really, really is.
Oh, man. Well, I saw
Oh
that.
my god.
I caught a little bit ago that Dewey made the list. I'm glad that
Yes.
that was on the list. So good job, man. Well done.
Yes, man. We had to have that in there because it was horrible, man. I'll never forget me and Coriander. We were like shocked. We were getting emotional. It was like, how are you gonna do our guy like that, man? It's just like what, and the way they did it. And speaking of which, there she is, Coriander. What's going on, babe?
There.
And Jason goes to Vancouver. You know it. Jason takes Vancouver. Jason Takes a Boat is the real name of the movie. I know. Oh my god.
And that really is Toxic Avenger, isn't it? It really is.
Yes. It's like what were they thinking? Like it was absolutely crazy for an ending. Oh my god. Jason in the chat, Jason Morbies, welcome to the chat. New to the chat, it looks like. Welcome. Saying slightly going back because I'm joining a bit late, but Michael Shannon would be a good Freddy sleeper pick, pun intended. Yeah, Michael Shannon. Yeah, I love Michael Shannon. That's a great idea. Michael Shannon, in my eyes, can do no wrong. He's a fantastic actor. Yes. Cody's in the chat. What's up, Cody? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. And JML coming in with a super chat, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, man. Seriously. You've been rocking out tonight, a brand new channel member and just doing some great things just for generous. Thank you so much. Saying opening scene to Zombies 2007 Halloween remake. Wow. That's a good point. That's a good point, man. Oh my god. I have to agree. That is a good moment. Or I should say it's a bad moment.
It's a bad moment.
Yes, it really is. Oh my god. And Polar saying, are we building up to the worst moment? In my opinion, yes. Yes, we are. And Coriander saying, hello, handsome. Hi, Steven.
Hey, Coriander.
Hope you're doing well. Okay, so hey, our good friend Jason from Backtrack Cinema in the house. What's up, J man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother.
All right. Well, yeah.
Hope you're doing well. Okay. Jen saying we have more likes than people. There you go. That's good. All right. So let me just back up for a second here, Steven, just to show you what we've got on this list. And then of course, if you want to throw out any comments at all, you can feel free to do so. Let me just get situated. So at number 10, we
Okay.
had we had what I called the Dead Warriors instead of the Dream Warriors because they killed them off in the beginning of Nightmare 4. And
Yeah.
how do you do that?
You don't, man. You
You
don't.
don't. You really don't. I
That's
remember
pretty bad.
when I first saw that, I was like, "What the hell's going on, man?" So that was number 10. At number 9, we had Clown Freddy
Okay.
from Freddy's Dead. You know, he's got the power glove. He's, I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. It's like,
Yes.
come on, man, what are we doing? Oh man. At number 8, of course, we had the Dewey Disrespect. At number 7, we had That Speaks for Itself, Jason Goes to Hell. At number 6, Invincible Chad.
Oh gosh.
And then at number 5, of course, the ending of Friday Part 8, Jason Takes Vancouver. So that's where we're at so far, man. Any of those you want to throw a comment out to? And I can see the look on your face. You're like, wow, these are bad.
They are cream of the crud, the cream of the crop.
That's
I
right.
mean, Dewey. I mean, what can I say? I fast forward that scene every time I watch Scream 5. To this day, I won't watch it anymore.
That's right.
So that's terrible. I agree with the comments about Freddy. The Dream Warriors. You don't kill them. I mean, come on, not Nancy.
Not like that.
Yeah, you just no. Yeah, I mean, Jason Goes to Manhattan. I mean, dude. I mean that movie. I mean, that picture says it all. Honestly,
yes,
that picture says it all. It was a perfect picture for you to grab.
Yes.
Just look at that. That is the Toxic Avenger.
I know.
It's totally a Toxic Avenger. I'm sure they can get like a copyright infringement or something. But yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with any of these picks you've made. I think they're all really solid. And of course, I do have another one in mind, but we've got a few more to go. So I will hold my thoughts until I see what's yet to come, because it may still be on the list. But
it may be.
It may be. It may be. But I will
And
give one clue. Do you want a clue without giving it away?
Yeah.
Well, this may give it away too. Let me just put it this way. Heavy duty trash sacks. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, no,
that's all I'm going to say.
Bro.
And
I know what it is.
That's it. So We'll see what happens.
All right, man. Let's see. Nathan saying at number 4, Nightmare on Elm Street remake, CGI wall and Freddy going through it all looks so bad. Yes.
True.
The Virgo said Halloween Ends better be number 1. It's still being talked about 9 months later. Oh man. Jason saying killing Newton, Hicks, and Alien is absolutely unforgivable. Yeah, man. When I saw that in Alien 3, that broke my heart, man. I don't know what it is with some of these movies making that choice to kill off, legacy characters in such in an uncool way. It's like,
right,
dang.
Exactly.
Jen says at number 4, Scream 4. The whole movie?
Jen.
Did she see the whole movie?
Come on now.
Oh my god. I didn't know she hated the whole movie.
She does not like it.
Wow. All right. Okay. All right. So number 4, bro, you came in at the right time, because I know you're gonna love this one and the conversation that we can have with it. All right. So let me just put this up. Okay. So guys, we're going to our number 4 pick of our top 10 bad moments in horror. And again, it's just one list. It's not the right list. It's just a list that I put together. and I took inspiration from the 4 legacy franchises. There's tons more. This could have been a top 100 easily, but we don't got
Mm-hmm.
enough time for that. So at number 4, this is what we got, bro. Ghostface Wizard. and,
What?
and what we've got is Roman is teleporting all over the countryside, because we all know he is not a lone Ghostface killer in Scream 3.
Right.
We know it. There is no way
No way.
possible. Bro,
No.
how can one person, like, he you know what I'm saying, man.
Mhm.
It's like there is no way that there could have been just one killer in Scream 3. We've talked about this a lot, man. I mean,
That's right.
we've literally broken down scenes where it is
Mhm.
physically impossible for him to have been the lone Ghostface killer. Now we know
Yes.
all the behind the scenes stuff of, what they were going to do with the movie and how they changed it and stuff like that. But, just going off of what we saw in the final product of Scream 3,
Mhm.
it was just some crazy stuff, man.
It
Crazy
was.
stuff. What are your thoughts on this? Because obviously this leans into who else we think was unrevealed, and also even another part that's part of this as well is even how Roman was revealed, at the end, just
Mhm.
how his character. I just don't think they did a great job with that, but I know why it happened. But what do you think of this?
Well, yeah, again, I think, the way Wes shot the film, it tells us there was two. I mean, clearly,
Yeah.
because if there weren't, it would have been done differently. And
Mm-hmm.
the fact that we have this impossible scenarios where he's upstairs and then he's downstairs in the less than 2 seconds. I mean, one,
Mm-hmm.
two. I mean, it's impossible it's not physically possible. Maybe even less than that. We've
Mm-hmm.
done the math. Like you said, we've watched the scenes. We've broken it down.
Yeah.
And so it was Wes's intention for there to be two the entire time. That was always the plan,
Right.
and that's how he filmed it. And we know that the Weinstein said no, that they did not want Angelina to be revealed as the
Mm-hmm.
second killer. They said, no, we don't like that. We don't want her to be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so he did that. He absolutely honored his contract, and he
Yes.
took away the reveal.
Mm-hmm.
But he filmed everything else just like it was, and
That's right.
that's it, man. And that weak stabbing, that little weak stab to the shoulder, and then dragging Angelina away.
Mm-hmm.
Very much, no, he never dragged anybody's body away but hers,
That's right.
and it was very theatrical, dramatic. He wanted to Gail, and he wanted Jennifer Jolie to see that
Mm-hmm.
happen, and
Mm-hmm.
so that she would appear, to be dead and all this. But then he
Yep.
drags her away, and then boom, she's out of sight. So yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else. Like, you know, you've got headcanon, and then you've got what was released, and one
Yes.
of the right, and I believe that when you look at like Wes Craven, we're talking about these films, Scream specifically right now. Headcanon is real. I believe
Yeah.
it's a real thing. I really do. And we saw it, a perfect example of this playing out with Kirby in Scream 5 and 6 with Radio Silence, because
Mm-hmm.
we know that Wes Craven wanted Kirby to live, that
Mm-hmm.
he intended her to survive and to come back. And he shot her as being dead. Now, you can make the case there's a little wiggle, what have you. But
Right.
Kevin Williamson, he specifically said that he wrote her as dying, like in his
Mm-hmm.
script she dies, what he said, and
Yep.
in his mind she's dead. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't matter to Wes. Wes said, "Well, he was going to bring her back
Mm-hmm.
if he'd have gotten his Scream 5." And what did Radio Silence do? They honored Wes's headcanon. They knew that that's what he wanted, so they were going to do that.
Yeah.
just like with Stu, right? And I won't turn this into a Stu conversation, but it applies because we know that at least intentionally that was the plan. Stu was alive. He was going to come back,
Right.
and he was going to do it. So I think what's interesting about Scream 3, from my perspective, is if you watch this movie, you understand the backstory, Night. I think
Hmm.
you appreciate it to a much higher degree. And it's just like, okay, well, who is the second killer? I still think it's Angelina because
Absolutely.
the clues are there, and
Hmm.
they're throughout the movie. I mean, even like before the house blows up, remember?
Yeah, man. She starts moving.
She
You
starts
you
moving.
literally see her start moving. It's like, come on, man. Come on. It's right
Yes,
there.
she runs off. Yeah. So those are there, and I'm telling you. Um, so I agree. If there's no second killer, then Scream 3 is moved into the horror fantasy genre
It's
because
true.
it's true, because it's impossible at that point for Roman to have done this alone. There's no way.
Yeah, yeah. I agree, man. David saying Roman the Gray. Yeah, he's literally a wizard, like
Exactly.
Gandalf. He is
Yes.
literally a wizard. Um Villain killing saying all the greatest magicians have something to learn from Mr. Roman Bridger, the ghost face.
Oh
I love
gosh.
that. Oh man. Darb saying, can't believe I haven't heard of either of y'all. I sub to you as well, Craven. Awesome.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very cool.
Appreciate
Very,
it.
very cool.
Yeah. Night and I do this kind of thing on a
Mm-hmm.
regular basis. It's what we do. It's what we
Yeah.
do.
It's what we do.
It's what
No,
we
we
do.
love hanging out, and again, DARP is a really great community. A lot
Yes.
of great folks, and it's just a fun time to kick back and talk movies, man. It really is.
For
But thank
sure.
you for doing that. Thank you for doing
Appreciate
that.
it.
And yeah. Jason Dyer coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Keeping the ball rolling. Bathroom stall rocks. Stu lives.
Jason, man, there's a story here, Night, and on the Movie Bros broadcast last week, I debuted this song, "Bathroom Stall." No one had ever heard it before.
Uh-huh.
Mike and I wrote it together. It's a parody of "Wrecking Ball" by Miley Cyrus, and so it's "Bathroom Stall" instead of "Wrecking Ball." And
Nice.
anyway, we debuted it at the end of the show, and that's what Jason's talking about here. People
Nice.
thought it was pretty
Oh,
funny, so that's awesome.
that's
Thanks, Jason.
that that's awesome. And he's saying, Craven, thank you for bathroom stall. That rocked.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
That is cool, man. Very, very
It
cool.
was a lot of fun. I'll play it for you sometime, Night.
Yes, I gotta hear it, man. I gotta hear it. Just another horror fan saying Roman's real name is Barry Allen. The Flash. I
Flash.
love it. I love it. I love it. Tori saying, I'm glad Radio Silence brought Kirby back. Hell yeah. I'm so glad too. Now they
Yeah.
just have to bring my boy Stu back. That's right.
Yes, indeed.
That's right. And Jen, thank you for reminding people there are many great horror content creators. Absolutely. And also subscribe to our other channel, The Lethal Collective, where we hang
Mhm.
out weekly with our other two brothers, Fate Decided and Killjoy Jake. And yeah, we have a blast, man. We really, really do.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I think I'm caught up to everyone here in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so yeah, so that was number 4, and extra.
Love it.
He said Roman teleporting like Jason Voorhees. Yeah,
Eh.
yes, I love it. I love it, man. All right, so we're down to the top 3. And I also wanted to make sure with these that we had hopefully some things that people may not have thought about, or maybe they may not have thought about in a little bit of a little while. So this is going to
Yeah.
be really, really interesting. Okay, so in third place, here we go, bro. You knew this had to be on my list. Number 3, Corey
Oh.
versus Michael.
Oh
And
man.
Halloween Ends.
Literally want to make me take a nausea pill. Oh,
Bro.
seriously.
Yo,
Oh.
how did they do that to our boy Michael Audrey Myers? Come on, man. You
Yeah.
can't listen. you can't beat the shape up like that and let us and have us feel like we can take it seriously. You know what I mean? And
No.
I know he was hurt, and I know he was literally dying in this movie. You know, he was infected from
Yeah.
all of the stuff that he went through in 2018 and kills, and I
Mm-hmm.
get that. It's not like he went to the hospital, for
Mm,
his wounds. He's literally
true.
just he's a big walking infection. I get it. But yo, you can't do that to my man Michael. You got to make that scene. All they had to do was make the scene a little bit different. Let Michael be getting the upper hand, and then somehow Corey just kind of snags the mask. If he has to get the mask, you know what I'm saying? Like, personally speaking, I think that was a poor way for him to get the mask. But if that's the way that he had to get it, by being in a physical confrontation, there's no way he should have slammed
Mm-hmm.
Michael down. You
No,
just don't do that. You
just
don't.
don't do that, man. He
No.
basically punked him, man, like a
He
rag
did.
doll. It was,
He did.
yeah, it was pathetic. Yeah, there's got to be another way. Like, make it more dramatic. Like,
Right.
have him sneak down there when he's asleep, and like,
Yes.
you could actually make it a suspenseful scene where he's like,
Yes.
slowly reaching in and like just carefully. I mean, I don't know, just something
Mm-hmm.
than
Mm-hmm.
that. Not
Yeah.
just basically beating him up and making him his what.
Yeah.
That was awful, man. That was the one scene in the movie that just, to me, almost was like spitting in the face of every fan of Michael Myers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to me, granted, and for you guys that are newer to the channel, and I know it's a lot of you guys that are newer. I mean, we've talked a lot about Halloween on this channel, and Steven's talked a lot about Halloween on his channel, Craving Something Scary. And I I don't hate Halloween ends. So I'm just,
Hmm.
hot take. I don't hate
Right?
Halloween
I
ends.
don't either,
But
actually.
I do think that there was a lot of flawed execution with their story. And there's a couple different things, and I've talked about them. You guys can check out my videos. I've done, I don't even know how many, bro. I've probably done almost like 100 videos with Halloween as the
Probably.
subject, and a bunch on Halloween ends. But I do think that this particular scene is one of the worst decisions that they made, and it could have been changed and bettered so simply because, again, if he has to get the mask and they're struggling, like for instance in Halloween Kills, when Michael is facing off with the group at the SUV and Lindsay hits him
Hmm.
with the bag of bricks, right?
Hmm.
And he's struggling with Lindsay. He's choking Lindsay, but she's trying to, fight him off. And she gets his mask and takes it off. And then he
Hmm.
throws her down. Like, why couldn't the scene been like that?
Hmm.
Again, I
Yes.
know Michael is weak. I get it. But at the same time, they showed in the movie where he did that kill on the Mulaney cop, and he kind of got himself a little bit back into the groove a little bit. So it wasn't like he was at zero level of strength or whatever, you know what I mean, or inspiration, whatever you want to call it. And,
Hmm.
and I just think, look, we've seen a lot of people take off Michael's mask. Laurie's done it. Lindsay's done it. Um, I know there's other people too, but it's like, this could have just been better. Don't beat him
Yeah.
down. You're just a man in a mask, and grabs the mask. It's like Corey wasn't, to me, quote unquote, at that level yet. He was still
Mm-mm.
learning. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
this scene was an atrocious scene. You don't do
It's
that to
horrible.
Michael Audrey Myers. You just
No.
don't. You just don't.
Nope.
Oh my God. BTT saying, y'all keep saying Michael's an old dying man, so it'll be easy to take an old decrepit man's spooky mask. Yes, but I think that the way they did it, it just made it seem like it just, like I said, man, like you said earlier, it's almost like spitting in the face of the fans that are
Hmm.
really big Michael fans. He could have still taken the mask, but at least if the struggle was at least
Yeah.
50-50, I would have
Right.
been okay. I would have been okay with it,
Exactly. Man,
But he
Corey looked
literally
like
slammed Michael.
no, I mean, Corey looked like he was like, golly, or some heavyweight, Mike Tyson type of in his prime, taking
Right.
on, a frail, not even a pro fighter. That's what it
Yes.
looked like to me, and it really wasn't even a fight. It was like hugging,
Yeah.
wrestling, and then throwing to the ground.
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
it's just punked. The word that keeps coming to me is punked. You
Yeah,
just
he
got
punked him.
punked. You punked
Yep.
him. He's like a little punk. And
Agreed.
Michael Myers is far from a little punk, my friends.
Right. Right.
I
Because,
don't care how sick he is.
yeah, in the beginning when they're kind of tussling, Michael pushes him off.
He does
So it's not
initially.
so it's not like Michael is frail at this point. He's showing that he has
Mm-hmm.
strength there to do that. And then Corey just, slams him. It's like it would have been better if they kind of this position that they have in this picture, like if it
Mm-hmm.
was like a stalemate, and then Corey just kind of started grabbing at the mask and pulled it off and then run. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have it would have made it just would have made it better. It just would have made it better, man. In my opinion.
Yeah,
It's just
I
my
agree.
opinion. Yeah.
Totally agree, man. But we had a conversation the other day about ends, and again, it goes back to the writing and whatever. It was their intention, but I don't
Yeah.
even think you had to have Michael's being frail. It'd been 4
True.
years. He could have
Yeah.
recovered from his wounds,
Mm-hmm.
and but again, if you do that though, then you take away from what they're wanting to do with Corey. So I guess they were wanting to write the Corey story, so you had to have him.
Yeah.
Corey had to be the stronger one, I guess.
Right.
But anyway, it's just this scene here. Even if they would have cut this part out
Mm-hmm.
and did it another way, it would have been a little easier to take.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me. Darb saying Kills was so good, they shouldn't have ruined it with this. I don't hate it either, but I strongly dislike it. I understand that, man. I totally
Yeah.
understand it. Yeah. Extron saying Michael Myers struggled with Corey, but then full strength with Laurie at the end.
Yeah.
Life is forever saying Night Watch. I've been with you the whole time. I have not been disappointed. Well, thank you so much. Really
Nice.
appreciate that. We definitely have fun here. We definitely do. Let's see. Dominic saying, here's what would have been better. He tries to take the mask from Michael. Michael overpowers him, but then lets him go and gives him the mask so Corey can do his killing spree. I would have liked that better too.
Yep.
I would have liked that better too. No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt at all, man. That would have worked better for me too, Dominic. Good point, man. You guys have been coming up with some good stuff in the chat. No doubt at all. All right, man. At our number 2 spot, that's where we're heading. This is gonna be interesting, and I know I've talked about this so much, but I got to. This is actually it's much broader than the image I'm gonna show. But here we go, man. You know it had to happen sooner or later. But at number 2, that mask. Look at this mask, bro.
Yeah.
What is going on with Michael Myers' mask in Halloween movies? I mean,
Yeah.
5 was a low point. But that wasn't the only time. We had, the 1 in 4 was kind of wacky. We had the CGI mask and H2O. And H2O of all movies, like H2O is such a I enjoy H2O so much, and it's got a high level of quality and so forth, but
Yep.
they wanted to take the quick route for that one little moment. They did a CGI mask. What's going on? We got Hobo Myers and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It's like, can we get a good mask? Like, that's one thing about this trilogy that I got to give them credit for. Every time James Drew Courtney was on screen, number one, he was fantastic, and he looked great. Looked great. But holy crap, man. Michael Myers has not had the best mask through a lot of these Halloween movies, man.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Dude, that looks nothing like Michael Myers, man. That is
I
that is
know.
shocking, isn't it? It really is.
It's like in broad daylight. Like, there's no way to hide from it. Look at just
I mean, at least with H2O, That CGI mask was on the screen for just seconds, just a few
Right.
seconds.
Right.
This is
Right.
the whole movie. This
Yes.
is 90 minutes of it. And
Yes.
I don't know who, like, what, who had the idea to say, hey, man, let's get our effects guy and we want you to sculpt a mask that looks nothing like 78, nothing
Yes.
like H4.
Right. Right.
We want to just completely alienate those masks. Give me some. What's up with that nose?
I know,
I mean, what
man.
is this? Where did the inspiration come from? Because it's not
Yes.
the original. It's not the other movies.
Man, look, it looks so weird. I mean, at least
Yeah.
with Halloween 4, like Halloween 4's mask, I'm not a big fan of either. But I will say, over time, since I've been a kid, I've gotten used to it. Like it's not horrible, right?
Yeah,
But
I
the
agree.
great thing about 4 is you had a long gap between Halloween 2 and
True.
Halloween 4. You had 7 years. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because we had
Hmm.
Halloween 2 in 81, and then we had Season of the Witch in 83 or 82 or 83, I believe. But then we had like some time off. So no one had seen Michael on the big screen for a while. So
Hmm.
Halloween 4's mask was one thing, but then this comes out a year later, and it's
Yeah.
like what happened to his mask?
Yeah.
What?
A year later, it
Oh my
changed
god.
like that. I don't know.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
don't understand
god.
that mask, dude. That is wow. That's shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, what the heck, man? Nathan saying Halloween Kills at number 2, the Michael mix-up at the bar slash hospital with the dude that's 2.5 feet shorter than Michael. Oh man. Yeah, that was a rough one. That was rough. BTT saying, tuck your mask in, Michael. Right. Ah, saying, Lord have mercy, the Halloween 5 alien mask was atrocious. Yes, yes. Darb saying the director of 5 was selfish and only cared about money and hated the franchise anyways. You know, that's true. He had never even watched the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he literally almost got what's her name that played Tina? Almost got her killed in that scene in the field where
Mhm.
Michael is in the car.
Yep.
And Don Shanks got injured in that scene, you know, because the director just
Oh,
he wasn't up to par as far as calling cut at the right time because you know it's about timing and all that.
yeah.
And yeah, Halloween 5, man, as
Wow.
much as we can have fun with it, like when we did Halloween Fest, and you know,
Mhm.
it was great watching Halloween 5 for a watch party, but it does have a lot of a lot of issues, man.
Wow.
Oh my god. Too
Dang.
funny. The Kobe saying Kills was the best mask. Kills was a great mask.
Mhm.
Jed says he looks nothing like Captain Kirk. That's true.
Nope.
Oh. Here's a good point I'll throw out to you, Stephen, because I know you're a big H2O fan too.
Uh-huh.
Extron was saying the H2O mask is worse because you can see his eyes. You know, it has big eye holes, and he says the mask looks like a gorilla. Well, what do you think about the H2O mask?
I mean, yeah, you can see, you can see the eyes in there, which is a different departure. But it never bothered me, man. I don't have a problem with H2O mask
Hmm.
personally. Uh, and I think it's kind of cool whenever he locks eyes with Lori at
Yeah,
in the door window. That's pretty cool.
I love that part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a cool scene. So it never bothered me that in the H2O mask rather. Um, I never had an issue with it personally.
Hmm. Hmm.
No.
Well, it's definitely not in the worst. You know,
Hmm.
it's in the upper tier of the movies to me because
Hmm.
at least it looked like Michael. And of course, you know, I'm not counting the CGI mask because that was just one scene, just for a
Yeah.
quick whatever 2 seconds. But over his regular mask in the movie, I think was fine. You know, I think it was fine.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. Mikey Vern's in the chat. Welcome to the chat. And by the way, again, if you guys haven't hit the like button yet, please do. And also make sure you
Yeah.
subscribe to Craven Something Scary, my good friend Steven. He has a wonderful channel.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man. Mikey's saying the mask looks like Nicolas Cage. I've heard so many people say that. It kind of does.
Kind of does.
It
Yeah.
really freaking does. It's crazy. Nathan is literally for number one going with Halloween Ends. The whole movie sucked. Oh man.
Oh man.
All right, man. So look, now again, I tried to have fun with this, and I was spanning all the legacy, well, the four legacy franchises, I should say. Nightmare, Halloween, Friday, and Scream. So
Yeah.
this one really upset me a lot because I think the movie had potential. This particular entry had potential, and they squandered it in a lot of different ways. But this is one way where I couldn't believe that they made this choice. So you guys in the chat, let us know what your number one is, or let us know some of your other bad moments that you'd like to talk about. But here's my number one. And Steven, you're going to let me know what you think of this one.
Sure.
My number one is this. CGI is less than practical. We're talking about the Nightmare on Elm Street remake from 2010, where they made the conscious decision to use CGI in scenes where in the original from 1984
yes,
was done so much better. And this includes multiple things, not just Freddy coming out of the wall, but also Tina's death scene and also the look of Freddy himself. They just made some choices that to me were just mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah, that's yet another reason why that franchise has yet to have another movie. It was just it literally stopped the franchise in its tracks.
It did. It did. I mean, again, and we had just recently finished the Elm Street series talking about all the movies, and I think it was just me and Kill on that one. But we talked a lot about some of these decisions and how it wasn't so much that you had a new person playing Freddy Krueger. It wasn't so much that they changed the story a little bit from the original. It was things like this, where you just felt like they didn't have a handle on what made the original so good. You know what I mean? And I just think that when you think about this scene, or you think about Tina's death, I mean, those are scenes that to this day are still fantastic. And we're talking about all the way back to 1984. And it just, the choices that they made, even with the look of Freddy, they wanted Freddy to look, kind of more realistic, like a real burn victim. And I get that. But again, first of all, Freddy, this isn't real life anyways. This is a movie.
Right.
And the great thing about the way they did the makeup for Robert was it was something that you could look at and I can't even put the wording right, but it's something that you can look at and you can kind of connect to. When I would look at the makeup for Jackie Earle Haley, and I think he's a fantastic actor, and I think he did a great job with what he was given.
Right.
But his look was just so meh. There was nothing there. There was nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing behind his eyes, like with Robert's, version. There was nothing. Robert, when he would smile, there was expression because of how the prosthetics looked. And with Jackie, there was just nothing. It was just like he looked as blank and flat as the mask from Halloween 4.
Oh, wow. Emotionless.
Yeah, emotionless. It's like, dude, you're Freddy Krueger, man. Come on, let's. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh my God.
100%, man.
Jason saying I'm in total agreement with you, Knight. This movie was so bad. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just bad choices, They had some good moments, but a lot of bad choices. And another bad choice before I get to Intel Wild. Another bad choice that they had. So this is a reboot. Here you are in 2010. You've got so many years of the experiences of the Nightmare franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And there was really one nightmare scene that stood out, and that was the pharmacy scene where Nancy
Mm,
was kind of going in between the micro naps thing, which that
mm-hmm.
was a small plot point I think they didn't follow up on. It was interesting. But other than that, most of the other nightmare sequences were very forgettable. And it's like,
Yep.
bro, this is called A Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's like, how can you have
Mm-hmm.
lackluster nightmare scenes? Like, they just made a lot of bad choices.
Bad writing, just not good. Not good, man. And like I
Yeah.
say, it left such a bitter taste in all of our mouths as fans
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
there's not been another one.
Yeah.
I mean, what it's
Yeah.
been that's 13 years.
13
13.
long years,
Think
man.
about that. 13 years and we're still waiting for another one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thir- yeah,
dude.
13 years, and plus if Robert would have come back, I think within that 13 years maybe he would have, but now
I
he's basically
know.
saying it's a done deal. He's
Yep.
done.
He's
Maybe a
done.
cameo, but he's done. So
Hmm.
they literally, I mean, I'm not trying to sound melodramatic about it or nothing, but it's almost like they
Yeah,
kind of robbed us of one more Robert movie.
they did. They
You know what I'm
they let the
saying?
window close, you know?
They did. Yes, they did, man. Intel Wild, thank you so much for the super chat, man. It really,
All
really
right.
helps out. Saying that he calls the Halloween 5 the Nicolas Cage mask.
Yeah.
I
I,
agree, man.
I think it's
It,
fair.
yes, it does look like it. All right, look, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Let's play this one for you. Let's go old school. Here we go.
Baby, can you dig your man? He's a righteous man.
Don't let go.
There
Oh
it is.
yeah.
There it is.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
And real quick too, Darp was saying the whole movie was terrible CGI. Yeah. Yep. Jen saying I cannot watch the Nightmare remake. I have tried, but I cannot get through it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep. Um BTT saying yikes. Yeah, the practical effect in A Nightmare on Elm Street was so damn beautiful. The CGI version was just no words can describe how awful that was. And the remake had a few nice visuals. Yeah, it had a few moments. It had a few moments, you know?
Hmm.
Um let's see. Dominic was saying that looks cool when you pause the scene, but when you play the scene, the CGI looks bad. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, when
Yeah.
it's actually in motion, it looks really, really bad. Yeah. Yep. Tori saying the only good thing for me about the remake was Kellen Lutz. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and they had some good talented people in there. Yeah, Kyle Gallner was in it. You
Hmm.
know? I mean, they had some good people in it, but yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. Life is Forever saying, of course, practical rules compared to CGI is like going to third base compared to a kiss on the cheek. That's a good point. I like that. I like that. Yes, man. So yeah, so that's number one, man. That one. And look,
Hmm.
and I base this on the fact of what the bad moment was and the surrounding history, and
Hmm.
again, they had a long time to make this a good remake.
Yes,
You
they
had
did.
decades of time to say,
Decades.
look, we're going to remake a classic. Let's do it right. We got to put some rules in place.
That's right.
We got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do that. And I just think they usually, more often than not, made the wrong decision versus the right decision. And like you said, it literally has stalled the franchise for over a decade.
Yeah. And we still don't really know when we're gonna get another one. There's just rumors, but that's just we've had rumors for years. I mean,
Yes.
we don't know what's going on, when the Craven Estate's gonna find someone they want to give it to,
Mm-hmm.
and like I say, I mentioned this recently, and to me, you when the next Nightmare film to rebound from that last one and have everyone forget about it,
Mm-hmm.
you must hit a home run. This is like,
Yeah.
okay, now I'm going to use the football terms for a second. And Knight, I'm disappointed because normally you have the hat on. But this is like the Glazers, who own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, saying we are going all in on
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady
Right.
because we believe we get that guy, we get the right team around him, we can win the Super Bowl this year. And they did, by the way, FYI. Year
Mm-hmm.
one.
That's right.
And my point is, if I'm Blumhouse, Spyglass,
Mm-hmm.
Lionsgate, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
name the names you want to name. If I'm one of those studios, I'm going to say, look, we have got to we have to go big. We have to go big with this.
Right.
And the moves that I make are, I start with, before I cast any actors,
Mm-hmm.
I start with my director.
Yeah.
And I start with James Wan directing the next Nightmare.
Yes. Yes.
To me, that's like landing a Tom Brady.
Yes. Agreed.
Because, dude, if they announce James Wan has signed on to
Mm-hmm.
direct the new Nightmare on Elm Street,
Mm-hmm.
you have instant credibility,
Mm-hmm.
instant excitement and buzz throughout the entire horror community.
Agreed.
And, dude, the videos and theories we'll be making
Mm-hmm.
will be endless. And then you go from there. Does James maybe write? James writes too.
That's right.
Do you make him a part writer and director, or do you just have him direct and bring in some A-list writers
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to write? I don't know. But to me, you start with your quarterback. You start with the guy running the show,
Mm-hmm.
and James Wan. And that alone would already give your movie instant credibility. That this is not going to be another remake like we had before.
Agreed.
James Wan wouldn't have put that pile of garbage out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe there's any way.
No. I mean, the thing. No, I think James Wan. The thing that's great about James Wan is he is so good with the details. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's good with the atmosphere. He's good with the music. He's good with the casting. He's good with the tone. And, I mean, just look at his movies, man. I mean, he's just always good with the little things that make the big impression. So if you had him linked to doing this new Nightmare on Elm Street movie, man, I think it would be, look, the hype would be real. I mean, he's cemented right now as far as being, a great horror director, a great director too, because he also directed a Fast and Furious movie and an Aquaman movie.
That's right.
So James Wan is no joke. He is no joke. But I agree, man. They should definitely try to get someone like James Wan, someone that can bring you that atmosphere, the little details. He's a student of horror. So he wouldn't have done something like this. He would have been like, guys, that's a bad move. Because if you look at what Wes Craven did back in '84, that was so much more effective, so much more creepy. He definitely would have made the better decisions, no doubt. That's crazy, man.
Yes, it is crazy.
Yeah.
And plus, having a guy like Juan, you're going to attract talent too. You're going to have people say, oh, as an actor, I really would love to be on that picture. I'd love to work with James Wan. So
that's right.
Also, he'll help bring good talent in the actors, acting talent.
Yeah, totally agreed.
That's what I would do. If I had anything to do with it, that's what I would do.
Me too, man. No doubt. Real quick too, Molson man's in the chat. Welcome to the chat. Saying enjoyed the countdown. Great job, guys. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yeah, awesome.
We're just hanging out and having some fun with you guys. Yeah. And we got some other cool cool comments in here too. Jason Morbies was saying the numbers don't lie though. People need to start supporting original and indie filmmaking if they want remakes and reboots to slow down. That's absolutely correct, man. And
True.
when you see movies coming out, and especially last year we had so many great smaller movies, smaller budget movies like X and Pearl and Barbarian.
Yeah.
And those are movies that we need to make sure as horror fans that we support, because first of all, they were amazing movies. But I think that definitely does put the pressure on the people doing the reboots and remakes to make sure that their stuff is up to par.
For sure. Yes.
That's a great point, Jason.
That's right.
Great point. What's up? That sounded scary's in the chat saying, hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? All right. Yeah.
Jen saying A24 and Elevated, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh,
That could be interesting.
could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that to see what would happen. Yeah. Caden's in the chat saying, what's up, Night and Craven? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. And we also got Dominic saying that James Wan is the best choice. He's an excellent choice. He really, really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No joke. Jason, the nice one, saying another big bad moment are the bulk of bleak and tragic ending slasher films. I know slashers are unhappy films with sometimes unhappy endings, but when it goes over the top, Eden Lake and Inside. Yeah, man, those were bleak endings, bro. But because we did them on Slasher Movie Club, they were great movies, man. They really were. But no doubt, they're definitely bummers.
Yeah.
Caden saying, do you think Scream will ever be rebooted? Ooh, good question.
I hope not, man.
Right?
I hope not. No. If I could see it in 20, 25 years, maybe down the road. They try to reboot, but if they ever bring Scream a reboot where there's a new Matt, there's a new Stu, a new Billy, a new Sydney, dude, I'm probably not even watching it. I mean, honestly,
that would be hard. That'd be so difficult to watch, man. But it's funny though, man, because at the time, and of course, growing up, and when I started to see these remakes happening, like when I saw TCM being remade, and then of course things like Hills Have Eyes, Last House on the Left. Once they got to Friday, when they got to Halloween in 2007, I'm like, wow, bro, they're actually gonna do a remake. Now granted, Rob Zombie tried to do something more than just a bit by bit of Carpenter's movie, but still I was like, man, they're going for Halloween, then they went with Friday, and then they did Nightmare. So my thing is, I almost can't imagine that at some point they won't try to do something with Scream.
Right.
I mean, they've literally done it with every other major horror franchise. Candyman, Hellraiser.
Yep.
All of them. Child's Play. Every major horror franchise. Scream is the only that I can think of right off the top of my head, the only major legacy horror franchise that hasn't had that happen yet. So it's like, ooh.
I know. And I think it hasn't happened for Scream yet because they're still having successful requels.
Good point. Yes.
Right? So they don't need to reboot it yet because they're still doing good. But I could see a point down the road, like I said, that's why I threw it like 20 years from like way down the road, where they may say, you know what, we're just gonna go back to the beginning. Let's just start over. And do like we're gonna do a Psycho from 1998 with Vince Vaughn.
Ooh,
God. Oh gosh. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And
wow,
man, that's when it's gonna be that's gonna be a difficult watch, man.
Right? Oh my God.
Can you imagine watching someone named Stu Macher trying to be Stu Macher?
Yes.
And it's comparing him to Matthew Lillard's character. I mean, come
on. Yeah, you just can't do it, man. Yeah. No. Jason, you're welcome, man. Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate it. Yes.
Definitely.
Caden saying Child's Play was a disaster, the remake. Dominic saying Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake was good. There was good tension in that. Yeah, I definitely think TCM from 2003 was a good remake. It's one of the, to me, it's one of the best remakes, at least for the legacy horror franchises. You know, the big ones. Yeah.
I need to see that one, man. That's still one I haven't seen.
Oh, that's right. Now yeah, that's right. People were saying you haven't seen that yet, man. We got
No.
to listen, man. You know me. We got to do that at some point soon because you just did your TCM not that long ago, the OG.
The OG. That's right.
Yeah.
Last month.
Yeah. So I want to see what you think of the remake. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
I'd
cool.
love to see it soon.
Yeah. We'll talk about that once
Okay.
we get off of here live and stuff. But yeah, you guys in the chat, we're gonna get ready to wind down here. We went through these 10, and again, there's dozens, there's hundreds probably that we could that we could have talked about instead. But those were just 10 to have as some talking points with you guys and hearing your thoughts on that as well. So definitely thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been a blast, and I'm so glad my good friend Steven was able to jump on too, and always makes it a blast. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I was late, but I'm glad I got to get in for the last half of it.
Yeah, man. No worries at all, man. It was great to have you jump on and you know, just hanging out like we usually do.
Yes.
And speaking of which, again, if you guys haven't subscribed to Steven's channel, Craving Something Scary, make sure that you do so. You will not regret it. And Jen or and I don't know if Polar's still in here, but if you guys can put the link in the live chat, that'd be great. But I'm gonna have the link in the description of the video, so make sure you guys do that. Don't forget to hit the like button. As always, it helps to support the channel.
Yes.
And we'd really appreciate it. And for all of you guys that have just jumped in tonight, first timers, thank you for hanging out with us. Also, please consider becoming a channel member. All you got to do is hit the join button next to the subscribe button, and you'll be able to hang out with us when we're done with live streams and also during watch parties and get extra perks and communication and so forth. So definitely please consider becoming a channel member just by hitting the join button next to the subscribe button. So yeah. Steven, you like it? Right? Do it now. Go.
Do it.
But no, man, I mean, and you said it on your channel too, but it's so true, man. It helps to keep the lights on. It helps us to be able to do special streams like this, because this wasn't a planned stream. You know me on Wednesday nights. Usually I got the family thing going on, but my whole schedule this week's been a lot different. So been able to do this and have some fun with people, man, and it's great. Absent baby in the chat, what's going on? Halloween Ends will always baffle me. It baffles us too. It really does.
Yeah.
No doubt. If you didn't see the whole stream, check out the replay, Absent. Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Well, hey, all of you guys have a good night. We will catch you guys soon. And if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.
Good night, guys.